Hi, everybody, and welcome to our weekend, not weekend, but weekend show. Friday, November the 7th of 2025. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon.
Hello.
Litter Media Live. Yes. I got my hair cut a couple of days ago. Did you get yours cut?
No, I just have it.
You're just pulling it back.
Yeah.
A ponytail?
Yep.
Good to have you with us today. We're expecting a little rain today, but the good news is if you're going out to the playoff football games tonight, it looks like it should clear out by late this afternoon. Rain today, ending late in the afternoon, sometime after 5 o'clock. Looking for a high today of about 61. Cloudy and 59 for tomorrow. And then on Sunday, and Monday, that's where we start feeling a little cooler with the chance of some rain and snow flurries mixed on Sunday evening and Monday morning. Look for a high on Monday of 35 and a nighttime low. I think this is actually probably going to be early Monday morning of 25.
Oh, wow.
So get your coats out. Probably not your jackets, but your heavier coats.
Yeah.
If it's windy at all, it'll really feel a little bit chippy out there. But not too bad today except for the rain. Coming up, beneficial news that you can use. We'll tell you all that's happening in our community. That's hopefully something that you'll be able to go to our website each day and start out at littermedia.com. But more on that coming up here on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. You know, they've been around longer than Aaron has.
Yeah.
40-plus years serving your needs, whether it be commercial or residential heating, cooling, and plumbing. Give them a call. And again, if you see this ad on any of our social media posts or website, click on it. It'll take you right to their social media sites to learn more about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Beneficial news that you can use. You can find most of these stories on our website at littermedia.com, or it's like a PSA type announcement. You'll find that mostly on our Facebook or Litter Media X. Our Dan Ramey was down in Piketon yesterday, where Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and the First Lady showed up, among other dignitaries, as they visited Piketon Junior High and Senior High to celebrate the grand opening of the Scioto Valley, which is Piketon, School District's new school-based health clinic. The health clinic was built with nearly $1.7 million in grant funding awarded as part of the governor's Appalachian Children's Health Initiative. Through a partnership with Valley View Health Centers, the new primary care clinic will serve school students, staff, and their families, as well as the broader community. Behavioral health services are also offered. School-based health care has been shown to significantly reduce barriers to accessing essential health services, leading to improved physical, behavioral, and academic outcomes for students. So congratulations to the folks down at Piketon for that big opening with the governor and first lady yesterday. You can read more about it on our website at littermedia.com.
The epicenter has reported an uptick in vomiting and stomach illnesses across Pickaway County. Many of these cases are consistent with Norovirus, a very contagious virus that spreads quickly, especially through food, water, or contaminated surfaces. So if you notice any of these symptoms, be careful.
Well, wash your hands thoroughly.
And wash your hands.
Yeah, after you go to the potty, wash your hands thoroughly. I think what's the saying? Keep your hands in soap and water until you can sing your ABCs song.
I've always heard happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Either one would probably work.
Yeah. Yesterday, Captain Travis Payne and Youth Minister Ricky Cook were in for a special edition talking about the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign and all of the special projects that money goes to.
So that money that you put into that Red Kettle goes right back into this community. So we round up all those red kettles and we go through, we count how much, because we have a goal that we like to hit every year. That goes into the bank account, and then that bank account is right back into this community, helping serve, whether it's paying for your water bill, or your heating bill, or your rent, helping to pay for those types of things, or just various other community service projects. Our goal last year was 50,000. We raised 53. And so this year our goal is 60,000. And so because of the generosity of this community, we were able to hit that goal last year.
If you want more information about what the Salvation Army is up to in our community, you can find that full interview on our Facebook or YouTube channel.
You know, when we were talking about this yesterday, I forgot to mention, about a year ago when they were here, Ricky was just getting married. Well, he told me when he was here that he and his wife just had a baby like 2 or 3 days ago. So, Ricky, congratulations on baby number 1. Also in news today, the new Ross County Humane Society shelter is almost finished. The epoxy flooring is going down, the walls are getting painted, and it's finally starting to look like home. It won't be long now before they're moving in. They didn't give an exact date, but they did post this on their Facebook site yesterday. So I guess you could say they're rounding third and heading home.
Yes, they are. Kick off the holiday season with 2025 Downtown Chillicothe Holiday Open House, which is on November 21st through November 23rd. You can explore local shops, discover new boutiques, and enjoy delicious food from your favorite downtown restaurant. You'll find exclusive holiday deals, treats, and surprises all weekend long. Plus, you can enjoy their designated outside refreshment area while you shop and celebrate. The tree lighting ceremony is Friday, November 21st at 6 p.m., and the new tree ribbon cutting is Tuesday, November 25th at noon.
Piketon High School Prom Committee will host a donkey basketball game November 13th as a fundraiser. The event opens at 7 p.m. and will even feature donkey basketball rides, I should say, at halftime. So the contestants will be competing on the donkeys, but then at halftime, I'm assuming that
you can go for a ride.
Spectators can get on the donkeys and take a ride. I played donkey basketball a couple of times years ago when I worked at the Waverly radio station, and I got the donkey that didn't want to do anything. He just wanted to sit there.
Right.
So I didn't go anywhere.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, really.
The Pike County YMCA is offering a winter camp for children aged kindergarten and up. This is going to happen December 22nd through January 2nd. The camp is going to be closed December 24th and the 25th, and also on January 1st. You can register now at PikeCountyYMCA.org.
Yep. Also, our road report, a bridge replacement project taking place on State Route 56 between Conrad Road and Blue Creek Road. Traffic is being maintained by temporary signals through next week. And so they're just about completed with that project up in, I believe it's in Pickaway County. When we come back, a lot to talk about, kind of a preview of what's happening in high school playoff football tonight. One of the area volleyball teams is in the state semifinals this afternoon. We'll tell you all about that. And a local guy was the leading scorer in his respective college basketball game last night. All ahead on Litter Media Live.
But first, we want to tell you about the SCAG clearance sale, which is still going on right now. The prices are so low down there, you're going to think they've lost their minds. You can choose from a wide selection of SCAG mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry because once clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, and the low prices with them. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor and call Hometown Motors Incorporated at 740-773-8826 for more information. Hometown Motors, your store for the great outdoors.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll tell you all about who this week's Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union, is in just a moment.
That's a long title.
Yeah, it is.
Our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard today is actually a preview of what's coming up today and tonight. First of all, with football, the Unioto Shermans host Columbus East in OHSAA football round 2 action tonight. Remember, the Shermans last week had a bye. So you're out there for that one, doing some Litter Media X updates. Dan Ramey is heading to Columbus Academy, where they host the Zane Trace Pioneers. Dan will be doing likewise. Elsewhere tonight, Jackson hosts Miami Trace. Circleville goes to Gnadenhutton to take on Indian Valley. That's about a 2.5-hour drive to get over there. And Fort Recovery will be at Eastern Pike. Now, there are a number of other games involving some area teams and the teams that are that would be applicable to them in their respective regions. All of those are posted on our scoreboard page at littermedia.com, so you'll be able to find those. I'll be updating those once the finals start coming in tonight, and I'll have a story on the fellas' 2 games as they're being played tonight. Now, Chillicothe High School grad Trey Beard, who has been playing for Shawnee State the last couple of years, well, he's now with Division I Cleveland State. They narrowly escaped NCAA Division III Capital last night, 71-70, but Trey was the leading scorer with 13 points. He was 3 of 6 from the three-point arc. So congratulations to Trey and the, I think it's the Crusaders. Is that Cleveland State, if I'm not mistaken?
I don't know.
But a close one last night. And then state volleyball action this afternoon. Bloom Carroll, the Lady Bulldogs, they're taking on Chardon Notre Dame at 1:30 this afternoon. That's in the Division III state semifinals. We'll have a post on Litter X as well as our score page once that gets underway at about 1:30 this afternoon.
Yes. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're traveling to Washington tonight to face the Wizards.
The Wizards. Do you remember what, well, no, you weren't alive, but did you know what Washington's name was, the name before they became the Wizards?
I know about the Washington Generals, but that's not the NBA.
They were the Bullets.
Okay.
And because of all the shootings that they were even having, well, back then it was the Baltimore Bullets, pardon moi. Before they were moved to D.C., they were in Baltimore, and it was the Baltimore Bullets. But even then, they had a lot of shootings, and they thought, let's kick the bullets out of things. Yeah. So that's back when Earl the Pearl Monroe played with them. Wes Unseld, of course, Earl the Pearl then was traded to the New York Knicks. A lot of people don't even remember he played for the Baltimore Bullets, but yes, he did. Now, the Neil Coleman Insurance Services Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. This week's honor goes to Bryce Johnson of Zane Trace Football. To date, counting last week's playoff game, Bryce has rushed for over 1,400 yards and has scored 21 touchdowns. So congratulations, Bryce, and good luck tonight in your game up at Columbus Academy. If you'd like to nominate an athlete or a player of the week, make sure you email that in to us. Send us a picture and make sure you give us who
to credit.
Yeah, who to credit, where that photo came from, and any stats that you can add to it to help us gauge whether or not that athlete is more worthy than another. And make sure they're of amateur status. Yes, even if they get NIL money. You can use college athletes, yes, but we'd like to have them from our area.
Yeah.
So send that to us if you would. We're going to revisit something we talked about, I think, either last year or 2 years ago for this date in history, but there's a little additional caveat to this that I don't think I mentioned when we talked about this. From 1916, that's coming up next on this date in history on Litter Media Live.
But first, we're going to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. You can find out more at litterpropane.com.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com. Go back to 1916 in this date in history. Montana suffragist. We were talking about suffragist, was that 2 days ago?
Yeah,
or was that yesterday?
We talked about Susan
with
B.
Susan B. Anthony. Well, here's another one by the name of Jeanette Rankin. She was the first woman ever elected to the United States House of Representatives. Now, not only was she the first woman to be elected to that seat, But she also, in World War I and World War II, voted against the United States going to war. Well, she wasn't the only one to do that in World War I. But when Pearl Harbor was bombed, she was the only member of Congress to vote no for the United States to go into the war against Japan. Each time she did this, she lost the following election.
Right.
So I think we had that part on last year or 2 years ago when we did this. But what we didn't have was the fact that she was not only was she a suffragist, but she was a Quaker. Well, Quakers are against fighting. So it kind of makes sense. I don't think she was anti-American. She just didn't believe in fighting wars.
Right.
So that was kind of the reason why she voted no. But the voters still didn't care. Each time they voted her out, she'd get voted back in after about 20 years. And then, So I don't know what was worse, the fact that maybe she was, some people are just kind of like drawn to bad luck or bad circumstances. She was voted in 1916. The United States gets involved in World War I a year later.
Right.
She gets reelected in 1940, and guess what? A year later, they're back in a world war. So she was pretty much contagious after a year.
Yeah.
So there you go. Jeanette Rankin. This date in history, voted first woman in the U.S. House in 1916.
Dan says the Cleveland State Vikings and the Capitol Crusaders.
Vikings. Thank you. And it's the Capitol Crusaders?
Yes.
So I just had them inverted there. But yeah, Cleveland State's a Division I school, and Capitol's a Division III NCAA school. So to win only by 1 point, that was a near upset for Capitol last night. But good for Trey Beard. That's going to wrap things up for us today. Again, follow the guys tonight, Dan and Aaron, on Litter Media X or Twitter for updates on Unioto East and Zane Trace Academy. And then follow the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School Scoreboard. We'll have all the finals on that and keep you plugged in with the news story once that's all done later tonight at littermedia.com. Have a great weekend, everybody. And get those winter coats out.
Yep.
Rain and snow showers possible. No accumulation, but flurries. It's always like culture shock when you see the flurries for the first time.
Yeah, it is.
Each year. And that's supposed to happen Sunday night and Monday morning. Until that time, from all of us at Litter Media Live, have a great weekend, everybody. So long.